He's been nothing short of a sensation this season. There's something truly special about watching Kobi Maino on the ball, the way he glides through games, the decisions he makes.
For more than a year, Maino represented a real puzzle at Manchester United.
You love Kobi, he starts for England, but that doesn't mean that I need to put Kobi when I feel that I shouldn't put Kobi, so it's my decision.
Michael Carick wasted no time in showing he understood exactly what Manchester United had in their midfield. From the moment he took charge, he handed Kobi Maino the keys to the engine room, and the young man has responded by looking like the most dangerous talent in the Premier League right now. A system built around possession dominance, intelligent spacing, and repeatable patterns came back into focus. Even in those restricted minutes last term, Maino was completing nearly 90% of his passes, easing pressure with calm, progressive carries, winning duels all over the pitch, and quietly lifting the performance of everyone around him. Carick has been crystal clear from the start. Maino isn't a pure defensive midfielder. He's the link man, the one who knits the whole structure together.
It's almost unbelievable to think how close we came to losing him entirely. Heading into January, he was deeply frustrated. He hadn't started a single league match all season, not through lack of quality, but because Ruben Amorim repeatedly insisted he had to battle a club icon for his place. The old manager kept claiming that Kobi and Bruno Fernandes occupied the same space and simply couldn't function together. The tension was palpable.
Kobi Maino didn't explode onto the scene simply because fans love a homegrown success story. He became the conversation because, over a short period, he delivered something the club had desperately missed: a midfielder who keeps his head when everything around him is collapsing. The early signs were subtle. Long before the spotlight found him, the coaching staff were already repeating the same description: comfortable. Not relaxed in a lazy sense, but comfortable in the way that defines top-level midfielders. Short, sharp touches, constant scanning, that rare gift of receiving under pressure with his back to goal and still turning chaos into progress.
His first Premier League start came away at Everton in November 2023. It wasn't merely solid for a teenager, it carried the kind of details that make you take notice. There was one moment right on the goal line. The keeper was stranded, danger imminent, and Maino threw himself in with a vital clearance to deny what looked a certain goal.
But the moment his name truly went mainstream came on February 1st, 2024, away at Wolves. United were clinging to a lead when it slipped away late. Legs tired, concentration fading, stoppage time turning chaotic. Maino did the opposite. He stepped up with ice-cool composure to produce a match-winning intervention. The Premier League's official report called it a stunning 97th-minute winner in a 4-3 epic. His goal was later voted Goal of the Month for February.
Fast forward to April 2024, Liverpool at Old Trafford. Maino scored a crucial equalizer in that 2-2 draw, curling home a beauty during United's second-half fight-back. Pure class, not a scramble, a moment of genuine quality against top opposition. By then, the picture was clear: a midfielder who thrives under pressure, delivers in massive fixtures, and raises his game at Old Trafford against the elite.
That's why the free Kobi Maino sentiment caught fire. It wasn't just emotional support or noise, it was a legitimate football discussion. His strongest attributes shine when he's allowed to receive, turn, and launch attacks, not when he's pinned deep, surviving wave after wave of pressure. Here's what makes this story so compelling. Even with limited minutes this season, the underlying quality remains obvious. In just 318 league minutes, he's completed 194 passes at 89% accuracy, 10 successful dribbles, and delivered tangible defensive work. The issue wasn't that his level dropped, it was that his platform shrank. Then, United pulled the trigger and parted ways with Amorim. In stepped Michael Carick as interim boss until the summer, a man who knows the club inside out and, crucially, knows Maino from their time working together. Carick didn't hesitate. Maino started immediately.
The first real examination of Carick's reign came in the Manchester Derby against City, the whole football world tuning in. If the new manager wanted to make a statement, he needed players who truly understood what wearing the United shirt means. He switched the shape, placed Maino alongside Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes in the middle, the exact combination Amorim had declared impossible. What followed was a masterclass from the youngster.
Maino didn't just hold his own, he ran the midfield. Facing Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Phil Foden is no small task, yet Maino matched them stride for stride. He joint second for tackles among United players, led the team in interceptions, and delivered a complete display that went far beyond the numbers. With him anchoring the center, United dictated the tempo on their terms.
Carick knew his side weren't going to wrestle possession from City, so they let the visitors have the ball, 68% to 32% in the end, but stayed incredibly tight and organized. City managed 35 touches in United's half, yet registered only 1 shot on target and 0 big chances. A huge part of that defensive resilience came from Maino's discipline and reading of the game. The plan was built around lightning transitions, and United created 4 counter-attacking opportunities, their highest in over 2 years. Maino was the heartbeat of every break. He ranked second for touches behind only Bruno, completed the joint most passes of any United player, and posted a 91% success rate, third best among the starters. Whenever United moved forward, Maino was involved. But the standout feature for every fan watching was the chemistry between him and Bruno Fernandes. Maino found his captain 8 times, the most frequent player-to-player combination on the pitch. Their link-up looked effortless, instinctive, the kind of partnership that should have been unleashed months ago.
Carick himself couldn't hide his admiration afterwards. "We saw last week what Kobi can bring," he said. "He's quite straight-faced, doesn't give much away, but you could see how much he was enjoying himself out there." In an earlier interview, Carick had already hinted that Kobi was the type of homegrown talent you build a team around, someone who feels the club in his bones. That faith was rewarded again the following week against league leaders Arsenal. Carick named an unchanged side, giving Maino back-to-back league starts for the first time all season. Once again, the 20-year-old delivered. Perfect long pass accuracy, 85% overall passing, 51 touches, 4 key passes into the final third, 4 recoveries, 2 chances created, a shot of his own, and, the cherry on top, the assist for the winning goal. Alongside Casemiro, the balance feels natural.
The Brazilian act almost like a mentor, ensuring only one advances at a time, while Maino controls rhythm and carries the ball forward with purpose. Over the 2 matches against City and Arsenal, no player covered more distance than Maino. Even in the closing stages against Arsenal, when his legs were heavy, he kept going right up until he teed up the decisive goal.
Of course there are rough edges to polish, he's still only 20, but in just 2 appearances, he's shown what United have desperately lacked for most of the campaign. When the team sat deep against City, he conducted play from the base. It's staggering to think Manuel Ugarte was preferred ahead of him for so long.
Legends from outside the club were even pleading for Maino to be given a chance. The message was clear: United have outstanding talent. Play it. Now, with regular minutes under a manager who trusts him, you can already see the outline of United's future midfield. Think of the greats this club has produced. Scholes, Keane, even Carick himself. Maino has miles to go before he reaches that pantheon, but he's arguably the most exciting academy graduate since those names. Sacking Amorim when they did may prove to be United's smartest move in years. Any later and Maino could have been gone. The loan talk was intensifying, and the sight of his brother in that protest t-shirt at Old Trafford felt like a countdown. Thankfully, these recent weeks have restored belief. All of that is now in the past. Carick believes in him. He's playing regularly, and he looks reborn, driven to prove every doubter wrong and fulfill the potential that's been talked about for years. There's still half a season left to play, but if Maino maintains this level, the conversation shifts from hype to elite. He could genuinely become the player opposing teams dread facing most.
What do you think? Can Kobi Maino sustain this form and become a permanent fixture? Or will the challenges still come? Drop your thoughts in the comments, give this video a like to help us reach more fans, and subscribe to Football 90 for more in-depth United content.